Let's just get this out of the way. Are you invested in any Doge?
No, we are not invested in any Doge. We do offer actually Bitcoin and Ether to our clients. We're one of the first wealth management firms that's actually partnered with Gemini and can host these currencies and have our clients hold them directly. Actually,
Why are you, I just reading over your notes, you said you wouldn't touch Doge with a 10-foot pole. Why is that?
well, I mean, this really did start as a joke. And if you look at the technology, there's very, very little use cases for it. People were using it to tip influencers, maybe on different websites back in the day. But really, these meme stocks and meme currencies is a sign of really excess capital and liquidity in the markets. And people just have, too much money in their hands.
Brett, are you there with me?
Yes,
Brett,
can you guys hear me?
Okay. Yes, we have you. Okay. So is this indicative of a bubble in the crypto markets? Doge, they're trying to get to 69 cents. They surpassed 40 cents yesterday. How is that impacting the crypto markets and Bitcoin for that matter? Is it helping boost Bitcoin today?
It's hard to tell either way. Because it is such a sign of excess. I don't think that it's necessarily a great thing that people are piling into like an unregulated currency like this, because what it is at the end of the day, people are going to get burnt. Once the demand catches up, to the supply, there's another 14 million coins every single day, 5.2 billion being released every year. And once this demand dries up, you're going to see a big crash in price. And if people aren't prepared for that, and if they're over leveraged just like they are in the Bitcoin markets, you could see a little bit of a spillover effect into other areas of the market, I think.
What is your outlook on Bitcoin?
We're excited about it. It's obviously had huge gains recently. Again, this is something that we are, putting some of our clients' money into if they are interested into it. And we do think that it has a long runway ahead of itself. It's not something that you want to jump in front of. It's a moving train right now. There's a lot of momentum. And it's something that we're really excited about as it continues to disrupt the rest of finance.
Okay, so the crypto market cap, market cap rather, is over $2 trillion. Bitcoin is over $1 trillion. But what do you think the market cap of Bitcoin should be eventually?
Well, there's a lot of talk of it eclipsing the market cap of gold. I think that there's a lot of arguments towards that. I do think that it could multiply from here, maybe a 2 or 3x. But ultimately, where it's going to end up with a fixed supply of Bitcoin, it's anyone's guess. And that's what's so exciting. As long as this keeps driving efficiencies across financial markets and people continue to adopt it, there's really no end in sight necessarily.
Switching topics, Coinbase was all the rage last week. In your own view, how do you feel Coinbase has impacted the crypto markets? You say that you've been receiving a lot of demand from institutional clients who are investing in Bitcoin directly through you. Is that related?
Yeah, we view Coindesk or Coin as, really it's expensive at this point from a valuation perspective. When they did their direct listing, they were able to dump a lot of shares from the founders and people that were early investors. And so it's not something that we're necessarily investing in right now. We'd prefer to own actual Bitcoin at this point. So we'll let the valuation settle down a little bit, and we'll continue to watch it as it is certainly an interesting company. But they also have a lot of pressure, not only from the regulatory side, but they also have fee compression. They've been able to charge people ridiculous fees in order to get into the Bitcoin markets. And people haven't really minded that much because, the gains have been great. So once that catches up to them, once there's competition in the space again, we do think that they're going to have a, uphill battle from here.
Coinbase CEO Brian Armstrong sold almost $300 million worth of shares on the opening day, representing about 1.5% of his holdings. Much was made about this, with some suggesting that this had an impact on Bitcoin. Your thoughts on that?
Well, it's kind of ironic, right, that all of these founders are cashing out in the US dollar, right? And there's something to be said about that, that they're not cashing it out to necessarily buy Bitcoin or anything like that. So, it's something to watch, and it's, ultimately it's these people's lives too. They've built a great company and they've earned this. So it's time to take out some money and spend it.
Should Coinbase have Bitcoin on the balance sheet?
Yeah, absolutely. I think that there's a lot of use cases for that. And a lot of companies like Tesla, for example, which we're huge investors in, have done the same thing and they've seen great returns due to that. Now, specifically Coinbase, they're going to have a lot of issues if they do, have a huge balance sheet of Bitcoin because they're going to continue to tie their company to the price volatility.
Okay. Brett, appreciate your time. Thank you for joining us with your insights on the crypto markets.
Thanks.